Hi everyone, my name is Nurul Izzatie binti Muhammad Rostain. I'm from GBC 2423A. So today I'm going to explain about lab assignment 1. Let's start. So the first one is the smallest amount of purchase cost. I'm using equal to mean, and then I drag the range of purchase cost and enter. For the next one, the largest amount of selling price. I'm using equal to max and drag the selling price range and enter. The third one, total amount of selling price for all product. I'm using equal to sum and drag the selling price range and enter. And the fourth one is number of bicycle inventory. I'm using equal to count and drag the quantity on hand and enter. For the fifth one, average inventory on hand. I'm using the equal average and drag the quantity on hand range table and enter. For the next one is numbers of purchase cost less than 100. I'm using the equal to count if and drag this purchase cost range table, comma, quotation mark, less than 100, quotation mark, and close the bracket and enter. The last one is number of suppliers supply bicycle for children. I'm using equal to count if and drag this product category range table, comma, and quotation mark, children, quotation mark, close the bracket and enter. For question B, we use the if function, and then for the following answer, we just double click. For question C, we have to find the customer ID 20 to look up the product category, product name, and supplier. So I'm using the VLOOKUP function to get the answer. So let's create the pivot table to tell customer about the quantity on hand of bicycle by showing the bicycle name on each product category, and also we add filter of supplier. So the first one, we have to drag product category to rows, product name to rows, supplier to filter, quantity on hand to value. And we also add a pivot chart. It's going to be look like this. So let's compute mean, variance, standard deviation, coefficient variation for purchase cost and selling price. Both of them using the same formula. For mean, I use formula average and drag the purchase cost table range and enter. For variance, we use var.s, drag the purchase cost table range and enter. For standard deviation, we use stdev.s and drag the purchase cost table range and enter. For coefficient variation, the formula is standard deviation divided by mean, multiply 100 and enter. For B, selling price have a greater distribution compared to purchase cost. And we move to C. For CS, we use our formula KURT and drag the purchase cost table range and enter. So for the command, CS is positive, indicating right skewed distribution. For CK purchase cost, we use a formula SKEW and drag the purchase cost table range and enter. For the command, CK is less than 3, which indicates that the data is widely spread around the mean. And move on to selling price, CS, we use the same formula. And for the command, CS is positive, indicate right skewed distribution. For CK, the value is negative. And we use the same formula, KURT, and drag the selling price table range. For the command, CK is less than 3, which indicate that the data is widely spread around the mean. Let's compute the Z-score for total selling price. First of all, we have to compute mean and standard deviation for total selling price. As usual, mean, we use the formula average, open the bracket, drag the total selling price, table range, close the bracket, and enter. For standard deviation, we use stdev.s, open the bracket, drag the total selling price table range, close the bracket, and enter. To compute the Z-score, we use the formula total selling price minus by mean and divide by standard deviation. But in this formula, mean and standard deviation, we have to put the dollar sign before and after alphabet and enter. To get the following answer, we just have to double click. For the outlier, we use the if function. To get the following answer, we just have to double click the table. So, and next, for the Z-score graph, we can click the insert and choose the scatter graph. Lastly, let's compute the descriptive statistic. So the first one is we go to the data analysis, and choose the descriptive statistic. Click OK. Select the input range, purchase cost and selling price. And then select label in first row, output range, we put here. And click the summary statistic, copy the level for mean, KTH largest, KTH smallest, and click OK. And there you go, we have the descriptive statistic for purchase cost and selling price. But not to forget to compute the total selling price as well. So it will look like this.